Everyone, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a really long time. In fact, I think I left off where it was a process video in my inspiration to creation series. So what better way to start it back up with a new inspiration to creation process video. And if you're just now joining me, I am collaborating with my good friend Crafty Megan, where we take inspiration everywhere, where we find inspiration everywhere. And today the prompt was a building. Now, right away when I was looking at some buildings, I noticed that there was a lot of graffiti. And graffiti can be negative, well, not negative, but it could be ugly. But I try to find the beauty in everything, and that's when I was looking at the colors and how beautiful and vibrant they were. They can also, the graffiti could be images, and that's where I found this one, well, both of these pictures, just Googling. And I found this one where it was absolutely stunning of this girl, and I love it. It's just a very beautiful image that someone painted, and like I said, I find beauty in it everywhere. So that picture was just some quotes that were in my local town, and I really like them, so I thought I'd add them on there. But to get started, like I said, my prompt was a building, and on some buildings we do find graffiti. And I know that not that I know, there is a place called Chicano Park by me, and let me tell you, I wish I was able to stop when I was driving through, because the images that someone had painted, I don't know if they were a local graffiti artist, but whoever had painted the images throughout the park, it is absolutely just beautiful. And so that's what I wanted to do for my layout. I wanted to have lots of color, very vibrant, very rich in color, and I wanted this background where it would kind of just all blend together. So as you can see, I took my ink pads and I put them on just using the, oh my gosh, it's been so long, the plastic wrap technique, I think it is called. They're the packaging technique. And, I first put gesso down, and this gesso was really old. It's very, very thick, and it's not really one of my favorites. It's Faber-Castell. I'm probably messing up the name, but it's that brand, and it's very thick, and the colors just don't seem to absorb. In fact, it ends up being, even when it's dry, like a sticky texture, the gesso, and so the color just tends to sit there, and it's not as deep and rich that I wanted. So here I am just kind of playing it around, and that's when I said, you know what, this is not how I want it to look. So I scratch it and do it over again. I think I made it, because I've done this process, or I did this video about, I'd say at least well over a month, maybe a month and a half ago. Could even been 2 months. So I forget if I did it 3 times, but then I tried new gesso, and I think I even attempted it without any gesso at all. But I end up going with this one here where it has clear gesso, and I even kind of mixed a different type of blue in there. And I'm just going to run with the colors. I'm going to add lots of water because I want this to be very messy. When I think of graffiti, I think of it being very messy, of lots of blotches of color. Most of the time I can't read it, whatever it says, or it just doesn't make any sense to me. But I definitely wanted this, multiple colors going across, a third of my page at the top. Now, while I'm doing this, I'm realizing that I need some more at the very top where you can see the white. I'm also going to bring in, I don't think you see this right now, but I will bring in gelatos, because I'm trying to just add more color and keep it very, very rich. Next, I actually did where I just kind of splattered whatever was left on my paintbrush, and I think I got a little wild at first as I'm splattering it with some inks from Heidi Swap Shine. I cringed, and I was like, no, I don't want to do this page for the 4th time. So right here, I am not liking it. Like, it looks very messy to me. I shouldn't have added the ink splatters, but in the end, I love the results. So I think I let that dry. Let me just grab my layout here. I let that dry, and you're not going to see this. Actually, no, you know what? Because I sped this up 4 times, I don't think you see me add some shimmer products. Now, I don't have a whole lot of shimmer products. You can see some right there on the right. And I'm kind of bummed because I did this whole thing. Never mind that. The piece that I'm talking about is still actually in the process video. So anyways, going back to the layout, I added lots of shimmer products, and I love how it makes the colors look a lot more richer. It adds a little bit of shimmer to it. Now, at the time, I thought I was going to use this Believe thickers and then have a whole bunch of different quotes in different fonts, you know, in the background. But like I said, I didn't want it to get lost because I wanted this one quote to be the focus of this layout besides my pictures. So here I am. I wrote down the quote on a piece of paper, and I'm just stamping away. And when I got done, I was like, yes, I didn't even make one mistake. So I walk out of my room to let everything dry. And you know what? I forgot one word. So I did make a mistake. Luckily, I was able to add the word feelings off to the left. So here I am. I wanted everything center, but like I said, one word is going to stick out. But in the end, it doesn't look bad at all because I'm going to use some Dear Lizzie stickers, clear stickers, to have it spread around. So there it is. It's finalized, and I'm excited how it all turned out. And then here I am showing you that I just used, woohoo, talk about celebration time, come on. I just used 2 products, so I'm excited about that because you all know I'm trying to use up my stash. So, you know, it is a huge feeling when you can use something all up, because it seems like forever sometimes with scrapbooking products. Okay, so going back to this layout, I can't believe I just sang for you guys. But I'm picking out just a few of the Dear Lizzie. I had a whole bunch pulled out, and then I realized it would be too much. So then I just added some icons, some arrows, some hearts, and then 2 stickers that says, one says life is now, and the other one says collect beautiful moments. Now I'm going to stick those on the background, and then as I'm still working on my layout, they all peel up. So as you can see, I use my Tim Holtz stapler, and I like that grungy look. Again, it just kind of reminds me of graffiti, you know, grungy with the staples, and I like that different type of texture on there. So I'm just freezing it because of the quote that says, one of the greatest feelings is accomplishing something that you once thought was impossible. And that is what this whole layout is about. So a little background story of these pictures here. This was taken, gosh, 3 years ago. I have never been a runner. I barely would exercise. I mean, I would exercise here and there, but nothing, I mean, serious. And my one girlfriend is a personal trainer, and I was just talking to her, and I said, you know what, on my bucket list, I want to do one race. And I said, so I'm thinking about a 5K, and she's like, no, 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 no. If this is a bucket list, and this is, you know, the one and only race you're going to do, you are going to do a 15K. So I got all excited, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to sign up for it, and I did. Now, if you don't know what a 15K is, it is 9.13 miles, I think. It's a little over 9. And I trained with her, you know, for several months, and we get to downtown San Diego, which if you've never been there, it's all hills. My girlfriend is way faster than me, so she's up ahead. I'm by myself because we all go different paces. And the whole time she was running, she's thought, oh my gosh, she was worried about me because the minute I started, it was hills. And I was freaking out, but I did it. And that was the thing. When I crossed it, crossed the finish line, got my medal. I couldn't believe that I did this because, like I said, I was never a runner and never even thought it was possible. It's since then been an addiction. I am definitely not the fastest runner, and I don't care about that. I just care about that I am accomplishing something every time. So here I thought it was going to be, hey, I'm all being silly. Here I thought it was going to be my one and only race, and since then I probably have done like 10, 12. In fact, it just, you know, I have some others coming up. I don't get a lot of time to train, so my pace really never changes. But you know what? I do it, and that's all that matters. So I still wanted to use that Believe somewhere, and that's why I thought I'd put it on the bottom. And then I had these Dear Lizzie stickers that were numbers, and I thought about What about doing it backwards, like where it was 9, 8, 7? Because honestly, when I was at that starting line, that's what I was thinking. I was freaking out going, oh my gosh, 9, 8, 7. They're going to like blow the horn. And so I like the fact of adding those numbers to the bottom where it's, you know, counting down, and then the next word is believe, because it's all about truly believing yourself. You know, if this is inspiring you, hopefully it is, that if you want to ever get out there and run, you never worry about your pace. Someone's always going to be faster than you, someone's always going to be slower than you, and it just, in the end, doesn't matter. It's all about just completing something that you didn't think was possible. And I mean, even to this day, whenever I do another race, it is. I'm like, can I do this? You know, because I don't get to train very often, which is, you know, I did my half marathon and barely trained. So anyways, that's the background of the story of my friends that are like sisters to me. And we just had the best time. And of course, it was a hot chocolate race, which, look it up, because the treats that you get at the end are amazing. It's like this big dish with hot fudge, and you get marshmallows, pretzels, some other stuff that you get to dip in the chocolate, and then you get actual hot chocolate. So it's pretty amazing. And of course, the medal is a chocolate bar. All right, so enough about my race. I felt like the pictures were just needing a little something. I looked through my stamps, because right now I'm becoming obsessed with stamps. And I didn't have anything that would go with the photograph where I could add just a couple of photos. So I just grabbed some word stickers that have been sitting on my desk forever that went with this photo. And one of my favorite photos is that last one, not only because I have the medal, but I have a photo bomber right there in the crook of my arm. And that is my #1 fan, which is my son. So I love that he is actually in that photograph, because they both were there cheering me on. And there it is, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already done so, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you find that this channel is for you. And if you like this video, please, if you don't mind, give me a thumbs up. And you all have an amazing day. Bye.